Yeah, hello. Are you there? Are you there? Hello.
What's up, brother? What's up? What's up? Give me a few seconds.
Okay.
Yo, self-made. What is up? What's up, my brother? It's a impromptu live stream. Impromptu live stream. Oh, you're definitely in Asia.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm here.
All right, bro. What is up? What is up? All right. So,
Okay. 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 So I need to ask you a very important question that's going to precede this conversation. Okay. So in the inbox, I presented to you factual evidence that white people lead the country in violent crimes. Okay.
there's a bit of
That
wind,
white
right? There's a bit of
people
wind,
by
right? So just,
oh,
I just
oh,
want to make sure. It might be hard for me to hear you
sorry,
sometimes,
sorry.
right?
Okay, is this better? Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. So okay, so we presented evidence, factual evidence that white people lead the country of America in violent crimes, right? This includes homicides, especially domestic violence, right? Robberies, so forth and so on, right? I also showed you that 50% of people, black people, are exonerated from their arrest and being accused of crime, which cuts our crime statistic in half, cuts it in half. So my question to you is, why are you so focused on black people and not speaking a word, not a word? You haven't said one thing about white people when they outdo us in all types of crimes. Can you please explain that?
Okay, I'll explain it. Right. Let's us get on the same page. Okay. So if I tell you, right, one group of people, right? Let's hypothetically say that this group of people is 10, right? The population of this group of people is 10, right? 10 people. And now I'll say that out of this 10 people, right? 10 people, let's say 3 of them, right? 3 of them commits crimes. Just 3 of them. Now, if I tell you, right, tell you that, let's say another group of people, right? One group of people, there's only 2 people. There's only 2 people in this group. And I say one of them.
No.
One of them commit crimes, right? So
Okay.
statistically, one would be 50%, right? One would be 50%. The other would be probably about 20%. So by percentages, right? That showed you that one group, you got a 50-50 chance from dealing with a criminal. 50-50 chance.
Is that a fact?
Well, another group.
Is that a fact?
That is a that's how. Hold on. Are you telling me that's not how? I mean, please tell me how that's not how percentages work. Does that how? Can you tell me that's how?
I'm asking you a question. Is that a fact about black people that we commit 50% of the crimes?
Wait.
Is that a fact?
No.
Okay,
I'm trying to get a wait. Listen, come on. I'm trying to get a basis of logic for us, right? For me and you, we got to agree on something, right? We got to agree on something.
Okay.
So I'm taking out black and white from this. I'm taking out black and white. Okay. I'm trying to get on you where logic, right? This is a thing where I'm not trying. I'm not trying to fight you on this, right? I'm trying to see that if we can get a good understanding.
Hold on a second. I'm
using this logic. You don't need to talk about white. You don't need to talk about black. Let's talk about numbers first.
No.
Bro,
Hold
we
on a
can't
second.
go
Because
disingenuous,
hold on a
right?
second.
If we can't even agree on numbers and logic.
Okay, wait. We're talking about, we can't excuse black and white because that's what we're talking about. This was this whole topic is talking about.
Bro, we have to get basic logic
Very,
first.
hold on. Okay, hold on. You're not approaching the question. What you're trying to do is
Because
attack the statistics.
I'm not done yet. I will address the question.
Hold on.
This is the thing. No,
Okay,
this is
go
the
ahead.
thing, right? We
Go
have to agree on the basis of logic first. If we're both,
You're losing me so far.
well,
I'm
okay,
gonna
tell
listen to
me,
you,
right?
but
No,
you're losing me
okay,
so far.
then fine. Listen, right? Do you agree, right, that if two people in one population, right, and one of them does crime, the other one doesn't, that's 50%. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's 50%.
Okay. And if I say 10 of another group, right? 10, right, of this population, right? And about 2 or 3 of them, right? 2 or 3 of them does crime, right? That's about 20%. Would we get, so we agree on that, right?
Right.
We agree on those numbers, correct?
Right. We agree on that.
Okay. But we also agree that the group that has only 2 people, right, has 1. We agree 1, while the group that has 10,
right,
there's 3.
Okay.
So we agree that 3 will be bigger than 1, correct?
Oh, absolutely. True.
Okay. So the basis of logic.
I mean, this is all nonsensical, but go ahead.
Then let me prove it.
That's not
See,
logic.
this is what you gotta let me prove it, right? We have to get the basis of logic first.
Okay, go ahead.
So, do you agree?
I'm
going to get to your question, right? I'm going to get to your question, right? Do you agree that the white population in America, you already told me, right? I already know what you're going for, right? Yes, the white people make up the majority of crime. Well, look at right? Population-wise,
is disingenuous.
It's
the
not.
ratio you're using is disingenuous. Yeah, it is, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because you're using that to equate as black people being 50% committing 50% of the crime. That's a lie.
I never said that, did I? See, this is the problem, right?
Realistic.
This is the problem. You jump. You jump in it. That's not my argument. See, this is the problem when you don't listen. You just want to jump in. I didn't make that argument. You did it.
The problem is you're not getting. Hold on. The problem we're having right now is you're not telling me why you're not talking about at any time.
Again, right?
Profile. Hold on a second.
You're asking me a question. Why am I holding on? You're asking me.
Let me finish my sentence. Let me finish my sentence because I started with this question. Let me finish my sentence. I asked you, your entire content is about black people and their crimes and how they are bad. And I'm asking you, if there's a people worse than us that we see statistically, how come you don't mention them at all? Not once, not ever. Why is that?
Okay. Okay. Now you asked the question, right? So I can answer, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So why do I focus on black people? Because now you skip because you were talking about white people are the majority, this, that. I was trying to talk about that, but now you want to say, okay, now you want to skip to that and say, why do I focus on black people?
It's the same question.
No, it isn't. It's because the answer will be differently. The answer will be different. Why do I not focus on white people, right?
Oh my God.
Because here's the thing.
No, stop.
Okay, do you want me to answer it, or do you want to? Go ahead. You finish your point, and I'll talk.
Okay. I need you to stay on topic and stop pivoting. Now, I'm gonna ask you again, and I'm gonna make this clear and concise. There is a group of people, a nationality, a race, an ethnic group of people that commit more crimes than black people. They essay children. Black people are exonerated 50% of the time. So you have to cut any stats you have on criminal activity in half from black people. So my question from those facts is this: why is your entire content about the people who are not leading in crime and causing all the chaos? Why are you never, ever in any of your topics talking about these people? That's what I want to know.
So, okay, let me get the question right. So, why am I not focused on white people, or why am I focused on black people? Which one do you want?
It's not about focus. That's not what I'm asking you.
You just said, why is my content? Why is my content about black people, or why is my content not about white people? Which one do you want?
No.
So that's not the question. What's the question?
Everybody can hear me because you're adding words. You're trying to twist my
No,
question.
I'm trying to break down your words. Make the whole sentence. Make the whole sentence.
Okay, I'm going to help you. Why is your content? There's nothing. Why haven't you mentioned one time about the leading criminals, the leading criminal race in this country? Why is it always about black people? Never about Asians, never about white people, never about Latinos, never about anyone else but black people. Why is that? Now, I want to make that clear. I'm not asking you about why do you focus on it. I'm asking you specifically, why haven't you once, not one time, if we scroll through your entire profile, not one time are you talking or have mentioned the leading criminals in the United States? Why is that?
Okay, so you're asking me, why do I not talk about white people?
Yes.
Okay, why am I not talking about white people, right?
And their crimes.
And their crimes,
criminality,
correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So, okay, here's the thing. Tell me, are white people complaining about their homicide rates?
If shouldn't we complain?
Doesn't that mean? I'm asking you a question, right? Are white people complaining about their homicide rates?
Because they're not exonerated. They're guilty.
Well, okay, then they let the system run. This is the thing, right?
The problem.
No.
That's your answer.
I let you talk so much, right? So this is now, you have to show some respect. Let me talk, right? So the difference is, right, when I make my content, right, and I show you a video, right? I show you a video of my content. So I'm showing you what I'm talking about, right? This ain't like I'm just making shit up. I'm just saying things out of nowhere. I have a perfect example, right? And I have videos on my TikTok where there are millions, right, of content creators, of, TikToks, tweets, news reports on Nolan Wells. When a black kid, right, is surrounded by white people, right, we have celebrities, we have black content creators talking about that, which is, I don't disagree that you shouldn't talk about it. But I've also posted something else. Aiken, Liverpool. Zero talks about it. So, and he went out, he got drowned, he was drowned, and the mystery of his death is still mystery, right? So they're still solving it. And he went out with black friends. So why is it the difference of outrage, right? He talks, this brother here talks about, the amount of white crimes. Great. Here's the thing, okay? There's no difference of outrage, right? When there's a black person having some kind of problem with a white person, everyone jumps on board, right? Protests, riots, boycotts, right? Thousands upon thousands of black content creators talk about it, want to know justice. Want justice, want to know what's going on. Yet, when a black person get killed by another black person, which is 10 times more, crickets. So why do I talk about it?
That's a lie.
Because this is I can show you numbers.
Go ahead.
I can show you numbers about how many black people are killed by white people compared to how many black people are killed by black people.
Community. Hold on.
I don't need you to say what you know. I can show you the actual numbers.
Wait.
I'm going on facts.
Hold on a second.
Right?
So
what I'm talking about is the uneven outrage, right?
Hold on a second.
Hold on a second. You're not, stop it. You're not letting me finish, right? You're asking me why I'm giving you the whole thing.
You're lying.
So
go ahead.
How am I lying about what I'm doing? I know what I'm doing, right? So when I talk about
say anything about black on black crime. You just said we don't say anything about it. That's a lie.
No, that's not what I said. I said crickets. It's not comparison. You should 1,000 times talk about more on black crime, right?
You said there's crickets. That's a lie.
It's barely. It's nothing.
You said there's crickets. Did you not?
That's not zero.
What does that mean? What is that implying? That nobody
it's
says
quiet. It's quiet. right? It's quiet,
So
and that's the thing.
what does it's quiet mean? Okay,
It's quiet.
what does that mean? What does that imply?
What is implied, right? So when I looked at Aiken, Liverpool, right, a 23-year-old black boy, right, young black man.
Oh my God.
I looked at the metrics of how much he was mentioned online. How much? You can look it up, right? You can do AI to look up how much this young man was mentioned. Barely anything. Wow, you look at Nolan Wells, he was mentioned millions upon millions of times, right? And this is not a special case, right? This is not a special thing. It happens to a lot 10 minutes and have of black young. I'm sorry. This is my channel, right? I am respectfully letting you come on,
cool,
so we can talk. So really,
the question yet.
I literally did. This is why I talk more about the black community than the white community. They know that, you know what? They know that shit happens, right? They know that they get killed. There's the justice system happens, right? Killers, they're in jail, or you know what? If people are killing white people killing white people, they're in jail, right? They prosecute, they arrest. They're not complaining, oh my God, you know what? I care more about when black people kill white people. No, they don't, right? Show me the social media outrage. Show me the protests. Show me the riots, right? Show me the boycott when white people are complaining how much they're getting killed by black people. Show it to me. They're not. It's not that big, right?
I'm asking. You haven't answered the question. The question was, why is all your content about black people when white people are the leading criminals in the country? Not one video about the leading criminals, only about black people. That's what I'm asking you. You filibustering and not answering.
Hypocrisies and delusions. White people don't care more. White people don't care more when black people kill white people, right? White people just care that when someone's dying. Black people care more when white people kill black people. They don't care when black people kill black people.
So your answer is what?
Hypocrisy.
Okay, so who's the hypocrite?
Black people.
Okay, how are we hypocrites when we always talk about black on black crime?
I see celebrities. Yes. I see celebrities talking about it. Show me the celebrities talking about it. I see hundreds of thousands of content creators talking about it. We have news reports, right? It's like, show me the evidence. I literally just showed you, right? You can do AI research about the amount of people who talk about Nolan Wells compared black TikTok.
Are you on black
I literally
TikTok?
just told you, right? So why isn't Aiken Liverpool on black TikTok? Why isn't mentioned that much on black TikTok?
Hold on. Because you will see us talking about black on black crime. We don't like it. Us who have it, we have a big problem with it. That's now here's the thing.
This is the small potatoes things you're doing, right?
Here's the problem I got with you.
Black on black crime is 1,000 times more than white on black, right? So the little amount of you talking about it should be 1,000 times more, 1,000,000 times more.
Hold on.
So
hold on.
That's why I just see a whole lot of.
You said it's a little bit. That's another lie. Okay, it's not a little bit.
I can literally show you I can literally show you, right? AI. Ask how many times Aiken Liverpool was mentioned on social media compared to Nolan Wells.
One case.
Do you want to?
One case.
I can do that with this. Name me all the other black and black crimes. Please tell me. Name me some more. Name me some more that's like that's national. That's talked about so much in the black community. Please name me.
You name one since you know.
You're not naming any.
And look it up.
You know so much, right? You talk so much about black and black crime. Name some names. Let's bring some attention. Let's bring some attention to those victims. Look at that. Can't even name anyone.
Listen very carefully. Listen very carefully to me. I'm from the hood. I know about black on black. Hold on. Let me finish my statement. I've seen black on black crimes with my own eyes, right? So I fully understand what's going on in our community. My problem with you is you're from another community. You're a second-gen American that came over here and experienced black people for the first time, but you have everything to say about us. You're not even in our community. That's our problem.
Before
Black
before
on
you know,
black
before you
crime.
this is
Hold,
the
hold on,
I think
hold
this
on,
is
hold on.
so funny.
Hold on,
Experience
hold
black
on,
people for the first
hold
time.
on.
How many
Hold on a
lifetimes have
second.
you
Hold
experienced
on a
black
second.
people? How many lifetimes have you experienced
Hold on.
black people? I'm
Hold on a
42.
second.
How old are you?
Hold
You
on.
make it seem like you experienced black people longer than I
I'm
have.
50. I'm 59. I'm 59. Hold
Okay,
on a
you
second.
got a couple more years on me. That
Hold,
means nothing.
can you hold? Can you hold on a second? I, black on black crime is our problem. That's our problem. Why do you have your nose in our problem?
That's not solved.
It's not harming your people. It's black on black crime. Why is your nose in what we're doing to each other?
So okay. I get it, right? So if it doesn't affect you, no one should talk about it, correct? Is that your mindset?
No, I didn't
Oh,
say
oh,
anyone. I didn't say no.
oh,
I didn't say no one should talk about it. I
oh, okay.
specifically told you over and over again. We hold on. I told you
Hmm.
we talk about it a
No, no,
lot.
no, no, no.
You
That's
don't
not what I
believe
said,
that.
right? That's not what I
That's your
said.
problem.
If it
So
doesn't
I'm still.
affect you,
I'm asking.
you shouldn't talk about it.
If it doesn't affect me, it's not my business.
Okay.
If it's not affecting, if something's not affecting you, what do you care about it?
Okay.
If it's not affecting you in any way, why should you care about it? Tell
Okay.
me.
Mr. Traveler, how did Nolan Wells' death affect you?
That's not what I asked you. Stop pivoting, man.
I'm trying to
If it
test your
doesn't
logic,
affect
right?
you,
If it doesn't affect you, you have no say. You have no opinion. Here's the thing where I love America, right? No one can tell me what I can or cannot say. I love America for that shit.
yeah,
I
you can say
love
anything
freedom
you
of
want. You
speech,
can say
right?
anything you want.
I know I can say
Yeah,
anything
yeah.
I want, right?
You
So
have
that is why
guess
I
how
can
you
voice
got
my
that freedom.
opinion. And
Guess
this
how
is
you got that
why,
freedom.
I'm sorry, this is why people
Guess
like
how you got
you
the freedom.
will, this is why people like you
Hold on.
will,
Hold on.
you know
Hold
what,
on.
not go after the topic.
Guess
You will go
you
out,
love
you will go
America.
after the
You
person,
have
right? Like, this is the thing, right? So could
guess
white
how
people
you got
not
the
talk
freedom to
about black
talk.
people then? You don't even allow that
Guess
shit.
how to guess.
Right? You don't even
Guess how
allow white
you
people
a
to talk
minor.
about black people. So this is
Hold on.
the hypocrisy I'm talking about. Right? So I'm not
Hold on.
scared
Guess,
of holding
hold on.
people accountable. I don't care about skin color.
Hold on. You're not making sense. So guess how you said you love America and you love having the freedom to say what you want.
Yes.
Guess who gave you that freedom? Guess
White
who
people.
fought and died for that freedom for you
White
to have?
people.
What?
Yeah.
White people died? Hold on.
Oh, did they not?
White people died and fought for civil liberties?
Oh, well, so are you on record? On record, no white person has died for any civil liberties.
I cannot believe this shit.
On record.
I cannot
Please
believe
come
this
on.
shit.
Let's get your statement.
What?
No
what
white
was,
people, right? Do you
who
think
fought-
that
who-
when 70% of the population, again,
fought for-
I said this before,
Who
right?
fought for civil liberties in America? Who fought for civil
Do you
liberties
think
in America?
only black people did? Is that your
Who
official
led
statement?
the civil? What race led the civil rights
Can I
movement?
ask you, right? When the black population
You
is
won't
about
answer that.
10%,
Okay, this is
right?
crazy.
When black people is 10%, do you believe that you can force the white population to give you civil liberties with all of them not wanting it? You think you could force that?
Okay,
This is why this is the discrediting I'm talking about, right? Is that this is why you're shackled to the past. You will shit on white people, right? You will shit on people that stand by your side because they're not black. It's tiring that all you care about is skin tone.
Stay by our side. Oh my God! No,
it is
listen.
absolutely tiring. Right?
And
you discredit.
What's tiring?
All
what's
ancestors.
tiring is this bullshit rhetoric that you're giving out because you don't want to answer my question.
What question? Every single thing you said, I answered.
Why? I asked you. No, you haven't answered. You haven't answered two questions.
No, you don't like the answer. You don't like the answer. Those are two different things, right?
No.
You don't like the answer. Doesn't mean I didn't answer it.
Ask your chat if you answer my question. The first question I asked you is the leading criminals in the country you have never mentioned. Why is that?
Because
the only thing you said was hypocrisy.
Why is that, right? Why is that? I literally told you, right? I literally told you.
You know what you did?
See, now you want me to answer. Now you don't even want me to answer. You see how this is? You don't want me to answer. Why?
Hold on. No. What you did was you blamed it on black people.
No,
blamed the reason.
I didn't blame it on black people.
Hold on. You did. You said hypocrisy. You said hypocrisy. You said I asked you why you, not everybody else, not anyone else.
I'm not
I
bringing
said
anyone.
why is your content? I said why is your content focused on black people and not the leading criminals? Why are you focusing on us when they outweigh us in crimes in America?
Okay.
Then I asked you,
Well, no,
if
then
it's
let's go
not
one
your
question at a
business,
time.
hold on. Then I asked you, I just want to make this clear so everybody hears this. Then I asked you, if black people are committing black on black crimes in our community and it's not affecting you, why do you have your nose in it? You didn't answer none of that. You filibustered. That's all you did.
No, I did answer it, but I'll make it clear for you, right? So the white, no, come on, you can't interrupt me if I'm out to answer it. Right? That's not how it works. Let me answer it. All right?
Go ahead.
So, okay.
Go ahead.
So, it is absolutely idiotic when you think that, yeah, no duh, white people make up most of everything. They are 70% of the population, right? But by that same logic, yes, correct. White people, they make up more murders, right? They're 70% of the population. But guess what? If you believe that white people are so terrible because there's so much murder in the black community, in the white community, by the same logic, right? By the same logic, you have to also believe that they're the most oppressed because they make up the most of the poor, most of the homeless. They make up most of the people that's on welfare and on benefits.
What is wrong? What is wrong with you?
What is wrong? Oh, you see how this is? Where he can't handle he can't handle the consistency of logic. I'm trying to tell you, right? Why it doesn't make sense, right? See, this is why you don't like it. I told you, because they make up most of the crime. They are most of the population. But why I don't talk about the white community? Because they're not complaining about it. They're not crying. They're not complaining. Oh my God, we're dying so much. Oh, you know what? So much injustice. Like, this is the thing. Every community in this world, right? Every nation, every country, there's crime. There's not a single, like in Africa, I'm pretty sure the majority of crime is committed by Africans, right? No one's, it's like,
don't go to Africa. Don't pivot to Africa. We're talking about America right now.
No, we're talking about numbers, right?
Fundamental black
you cannot, right, say that, oh, why don't I talk about white people? What am I going to talk about white people? Yes, they make up the crime. Yeah. But I have to have something to talk about, right? Okay, so they're not complaining about, oh my God, we're dying so much.
Why don't you have any content on white criminality? Why don't you have not one video on white criminality? Why?
Did you know, right? What's the comparison, right? How many white people actually commit crimes? Do you know those numbers? Shit. How many?
Why don't you have any of your videos on white criminality and only black criminality? Why is that? You're real quiet.
No, because I'm about to give you some numbers.
50% of black arrests are exonerated. Think about that.
Well, how many homicides?
I'm giving you numbers.
How many homicides?
You ain't answering the question.
How many homicides?
You already gave some numbers. You already said you know. You already. Hold on. We're talking about overall violent crimes. White people lead in that. Your focus is on black people. I'm asking you why.
Okay, let's do this, right? So you said crime. Let's do homicide, right? Homicide rate. Homicide rate per 100,000, right? Homicide rates per 100,000, right? For the black community is 22, right? Black community is 22. Ah, ain't that something? Per 100,000. American Indians, about 8. Hispanics, 6, right? Native Pacific Islanders, 7. White, 3.5. Asian, 1.4. Why do you have such a high homicide rate?
You're cutting your own throat, man. You're cutting your own throat.
Why do you have such a homicide rate? Why are so many black people dying? It ain't by white people. It ain't by white people that many black people are dying. We can agree that, proximity, can't we? right?
I'm not
We
asking
can't
you
agree
about
about proximity.
hold on.
So who's killing all these black people?
I haven't asked you.
Ain't that
I
something?
haven't asked you about.
Ain't
I
that
haven't
something?
asked you
This is
about.
why
I haven't
I don't
asked you
just
about a
I
homicide
literally
rate
on record, right? I've been on
why
record
people
that I've been against over policing in the black community.
Listen,
Right? I've been against
listen.
over policing in the black community. 100%. Right? I don't disagree that black people are overrepresented in the jail system, in the prison system. I've never disagreed to that. Never. Right? Not once have I disagreed to the over police. Hell, I've been on record saying that I wish there was no over policing. I wish that the police force would actually get out of the black community. Just let them police themselves, right? We shouldn't. I mean, I think the police should not accept phone calls from the black community because honestly, it's tiring. Don't police the black community. I've been all for it, right? Defund the police in any black city, black community, 100%. But you cannot argue against the homicide rates. You can't argue against the homicide rates. The black community has the highest homicide rates in America.
With homicide rate, we can talk about that.
But that's literally a crime. That's crime. We can both agree homicide is crime, right? So that's a more fair number because you could take away the exoneration. I don't disagree. I've never disagreed to the exoneration.
My man. I asked you why don't you have one video about the leading
and I answered it
of criminals in America?
I answered it.
And what was that?
They don't complain about it. They know that they know that white people are getting killed. They know white people are going to jail. They're not complaining about the death. They're like, look at this, right? So the white community are not up in arms about criminality in their community. They know that, you know what, bad people deserves jail time. Right? The white community is not up in arms about, oh my God, the injustice, right? The oppression, all this shit. This is a thing where there's other communities, right? They realize that they're not suffering from victimhood, right? They're not crying, the oppression, right? I'm victims. Someone else is oppressing me, right? They know that, you know what? Yeah, there's problems in the white community.
I heard you. So check this out. Holy shit!
You have a lot of noise around.
So let me ask you. Okay, hold on. That was my notification. Hold on a second. So what you're saying is black people complaining about and being imprisoned falsely at a 50% rate is why you're making content about black people.
Nope, you're not listening at all. You're not listening at all.
That's what you're telling everybody.
I've said this many times, right? I've said this many times. The black community complains about racism, right? Racism, white supremacy. You're asking me what I complain. What am I? See, I'm clarifying it.
Hold on.
You said it wrong, so I'm clarifying it.
You went. I wasn't done.
Okay, fine, then, but say it correctly.
I wasn't done talking.
Say it correctly then.
You went on a rant. Let me finish. Allow me to finish what I'm saying. Allow me to finish what I was saying. Okay? Because you went on a rant. I'm telling you, and I want to make this clear, okay? You're talking about black people complaining about racism. If 50% of the arrests are exonerated, wouldn't that imply, or wouldn't that even raise an eyebrow that there's some type of wrongs or wrongdoing going on as far as the people that are 50% exonerated for crimes they never committed? Wouldn't that raise an eyebrow? And would you, if we was in Vietnam where you come from, and 50% of the Vietnamese people got released because they found they didn't do what they were accused of, and they started complaining to the government, why are you arresting us? Wouldn't that be justified?
Do you think that, okay, let's use your analogy. Wouldn't that mean that other Vietnamese people did it? All right? So I have the comment who said, no, wait. Let's. Come on, let me do that. Right. I had a comment that said that majority of homicide exonerees are black people, right? But we all can agree that homicides are usually proximity crimes. So correct, black people, right, are exonerated for some of these crimes. But guess what? It's other black people doing said crime. They just picked the wrong one.
Some are half. Some are half.
So even if your Vietnamese analogy, right, it's still another Vietnamese person doing those crimes. Right? And this is the thing, right? We don't even talk about the high, right, unsolved homicide problems in the black community. I don't see protests of that. Right? There's a high level of unsolved homicide rates.
I didn't ask you who. I didn't ask you about who was doing the homicides. You know, do it. Wouldn't that cause an issue? Hey, why are you arresting us and 50% of us haven't done anything and you locked us up and put us in prison? Why did you do that? Wouldn't that be justified to complain about? That's what I asked you. I didn't ask you about who did what.
And I've been on record, right? Been on record saying that I don't agree to the over-policing in the black community. I don't agree to it. I've been on record saying that.
We're not talking about over-policing. We're not
how
talking.
How do you think you're arrested if you're not over-policed? How do you think you're arrested if you're not over-policed?
Hold on.
No. See. Then let me correct you, right? That's not what I'm talking about. So I said you cannot put like you asked me something. I'm trying to answer you because you're getting it wrong. I'm not saying you're complaining about the wrongful imprisonment.
Everyone heard you.
All right. So when I say complaining, I mean
you said
don't put words in my mouth, right? Because you're saying it wrong. I've never once complained about the exoneration, the unjust imprisonment.
What are you talking about?
What am I talking about, right? It is the bro. Your surrounding is so loud. It is the white supremacy,
go ahead, spit it out.
Racism, right? White supremacy, racism. About just recently, like with the Nolan Wells things, right? You're seeing it constantly. People are saying, "Oh, you know what? If you are one black person around a whole bunch of white people, be careful.
That has to do with racism.
Be careful, right?
That has to do with racism.
Yes, racism, and I'm talking about one specifically.
So there's no
right?
racism in the government.
Did I say there's none?
There's no racism in the government.
Did I say it? But one of the points I make, racism isn't the biggest problem in the black community.
Is there?
I never said there isn't.
Is there?
Yes.
We're talking about what we're complaining about.
There is racism in the world. There is racism in America. On record, I'm saying there is racism. But on record, I also say that isn't the biggest problem in the black community.
Okay. You're shifting again.
That's not shifting. I literally answered your question.
For a second, and then we can go to that. Okay. You answer my question, but I'm asking you, isn't racism in the government something to complain about? Yes or no?
No.
It's not?
It's not.
We shouldn't complain about racism in the government. Wow.
We should compare. Okay. We should complain about corruption. We should complain about corruption in our government.
Oh, shit.
Racism, could you prove racism in our... I'm not saying that there's no bigots. I'm not saying there's no terrible people. But can you prove the people that are racist in our government?
You just admitted it. I don't have to prove anything. You just admitted it. You just admitted to it.
I said no, duh. There's. See, this is what I'm saying. Racism, right, is not the problem.
Racism in the government.
I know what the. I know what I'm saying. Right?
How is it not the problem? And it's connected. Okay, so if there's racism in the government, and 50% of the people that been locked up and been arrested are exonerated, in other words, proven to not be guilty, can we tie that to racism? Would that be a rational conclusion?
No. You tie it to over-policing.
It can't.
Well, okay, yeah. Could it be a rational conclusion? Yes, it could be.
Okay. So our might defy. Can we say that
You're skipping, so it's hard for you.
just
You just
can we
skipped
say
out.
our complaints might be justified since you just admit?
No,
Hold on.
I can
Can you hear me
admit,
now?
right? Like I said, I
Oh,
can
wow.
admit, I can agree that over policing is a problem, right? But I've said this countless times before. Racism isn't a problem because here's the thing, right? Why do I say racism isn't a problem? Okay, it's because what is actually affecting the black community? That is what's affecting the black community. Okay, let's be honest, right? Like even if we take out, right, exonerations, there's a high criminality in the black community. Even if we take it out, right? There's other problems. There's so many problems. Like I even pointed to you the high homicide rates in the black community. That isn't racism. That isn't white man killing black people, right? But yet you want to skip to over policing, being in prison. I'm sorry, right? Because like a lot of like over getting killed by your black brothers and sisters, right, is a bigger problem. That is death. So I'm not saying that racism is a zero problem.
Okay,
I've never said it's a zero problem, right? But there's levels to it.
Okay, so let's use your logic. Let's use your logic. Okay, so your neighbor, right, is cheating on his wife, right? He's cheating on his wife. He spanks his kids. You don't like that. You don't agree with that, right? Now tell me what business it is of yours that he's cheating on his wife.
What business it is of mine?
Yeah.
If I care,
What
if I care about that woman,
he's doing in his own house.
If I care about that woman, then it is a business of mine.
You care about black people?
Yes. This is the thing. I've said this before. Whether people believe it or not, I literally have mixed. I literally have mixed black kids. I live in the black community, work in the black community, lived in the black community most of my life. Most of my friends are black. People don't believe it, but it doesn't matter. Prove how I'm talking shit.
Always talking shit.
Prove it. Prove you have so many videos of mine. Prove it.
Bro,
Quote me. Quote me.
Yeah, you have videos saying
quote the video.
Black people are always complaining. Black people, it's
complaining
your last
about
one. What do you want me to do?
You're saying I'm talking shit.
Anybody can go through your videos.
Yes, you could too. Quote the shit I'm talking about. You have to quote it.
Listen, hold on. Anybody listening can click the button at the top on your profile and scroll through your videos and watch how you talk about black people. It's in the negative. It's not in the positive. And you work in a black community. You know what that means? Black people are putting money in your fucking pocket and feeding your family, and you talk shit about us.
Do you know that I'm putting money in black people's pockets too?
How? When?
What do you mean? What?
Tell us how.
Black food places? Places where black food? I literally I've had multiple black girlfriends paying for a whole bunch of hair, right? That shit is crazy high. You see, this is what I'm saying. You talk shit, you don't know what you're talking about. You can bring up the quote how I'm talking shit about black people. You know the negative I said? Here I showed you, right? You know the negative. Wait.
We don't need
because you can't bring up something. I'll bring it up, right? The negative I just recently talked about, right? I talked about how it's the uneven outrage, right? I brought it up, right? I said that it's perfectly correct to talk about the unsolved death of Nolan Wells. Perfectly correct. But that should be the death of Aiken Liverpool should be talked about 1,000 times more, right? But nobody or barely anyone is talking about him, right? That's not negative. That's showing you that why is one black boy's life so much more important than another black boy's life? See, that's the uneven outrage I'm talking about.
Okay, hold on. So was white people talking about Rick Chow?
Only black people were talking about that.
Oh shit!
Asian people barely talked about
it. Dude, I'm gonna go. Listen, I gotta go because you're lying, and this is really pissing me off.
Literally didn't prove any lies.
So disingenuous. It's crazy.
Listen, I mean, if you can't handle it, you can't handle it, my brother. Right? It's all good.
I can't handle lies. You're correct. You're correct. I can't
Literally,
handle somebody
literally
lying to me.
disprove
You're
nothing. So,
absolutely right.
you know,
You,
but
you're
it's all
absolutely
good.
right. If, if you care so much about black people, have a balance in your profile and start talking about the real criminals in America. Try that for a second.
How's that
But the
caring about
thing
black
is,
people?
you're scared.
If I don't focus on
The
black
thing is,
problems, I
it's not your problem. It's not your problem. You're not
if
black.
a child dies in front of your face, right? If a child dies in front of your face, should you walk away? If he's getting beat up in front of your face, should you walk away? It's not your business, correct? See, you see the low IQ of certain people, right? You see how their logic doesn't apply to everything? You see how the logic doesn't apply to everything? So if I see a child getting beat up in front of my face, I should not care, right? It's not my business. It's not my child. You see how the weakness of people's logic? What can I say? I mean, when you're being logical, people, people can't handle because they're emotional.
You're talking about an innocent human.
Are black people not innocent?
You keep saying emotional. You keep saying emotional.
Because you are using emotional. You're using emotions to debate logic.
You haven't presented.
I literally just countered your viewpoint, right? So why should you care? Why should you care about black people? It's not your problem. If by that same logic, if we see a child getting abused, it's not your child. Why should you care? Why should you care about other people when they're struggling or when they're hurt? Why should anyone care about each other? You see the insanity of certain people, right? That logic would not make sense in other contexts. I care, right? I talk about the black community because I care, right? Whether you believe it or not, because I like I said, I live in a black community. I've dated majority black women. Majority of the women I dated were black, right? So, guys, I know it's late. I just wanted to. He was trying to debate me on my. He was trying to DM me, right? So have debates with me. So I said, bring it on, right? Bring it on. This was an impromptu debate, right? So I was not planning to have a whole bunch of people on. So I'm sorry, but I've said this before, right? Why I talk about the black community? It's not because I'm obsessed, right? I'm not obsessed. To be honest, if black people didn't make content, again, I do reaction content, right? I show you a video and I'm reacting to it. I'm talking about that video. I'm not just spouting shit out of nowhere, okay? So you see black people, right? You can look at my videos, right? Like I said, you see black people march for Nolan Wells, right? You see a whole bunch of black men march for Nolan Wells. That's great. That's cool. But you don't see not a single march, not a single mention of Aiken, Liverpool. I'm saying, why is it uneven outrage? The black community only care about black lives when it includes other people, other races. If it's a white person, an Asian person, who cares, right? As long as it's someone else. But they don't care when it's black on black. That is what I'm talking about. That's the hypocrisy I'm talking about. Hate me and love me? I'm showing you because why do you care about one black life over another black life? You only care because it's a white man dealing with it, right? That's it. But be honest, the amount of white crimes against black people is infantile to the amount of crime against black on black. So I'm telling you, right? Direct your energy correctly. Fix your house before you care about what's happening in the streets. Right? You're killing each other at a higher rate than white people are messing with you. And I'm not saying that white people don't, right? I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that, there aren't terrible white people out there. Of course there are. There's terrible everyone, right? Terrible black people, terrible white people, terrible Asian people. My issue is, right? If you care about one black life, you need to care about others. You need to care about every black life. You know the abortion rates in the black community is the highest? Did you know that? The black community is killing millions of black babies every year. And yet, hey, you care about black babies, right? You care about black lives, right? Yet you don't mind about aborting millions of black babies every year. Huh. Right? Do you know the homicide numbers, right? In the black community is probably, it's around 10,000, right? Oh, but did you know that, let's say cop killings of black people is about like 400? But you protest cops killing black people, yet you don't barely talk about black on black. So my thing is the even outrage. I'm saying put that energy evenly, right? You care about one black death, you should care about all black deaths. Period. So the question is why you favor them. Family preferences isn't racial preferences. That's what I mean. Well, I don't know. Are you? You're probably talking to each other. Self-made. Candor. What is up? What is up? Thank you guys for just stopping by. I know it's impromptu, but you know. Sorry, guys. That is it for tonight. So that is it. Later, guys. What does that mean? There will be trials. He is no longer president. Trials for all time. Whew, guys. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for being here. He wanted to debate me, so I said bring it on. I've said this, right? If you guys have a difference of opinion, bring it on. I'm always ready to have a conversation, right? I'm always ready to have a conversation. So, but yeah, that is it, guys. That is it. Yeah, later, guys.